I love the garlic butter sauce. Butter sauce. Butter sauce. Butter sauce. Butter. I love the garlic butter sauce.
Shut up! We don't care.
I investigate the paranormal.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I am very afraid of ghosts. Yes, I hate ghosts. Ghosts scare me tremendously, Robert.
How good is Drew Boogie? Come on.
Is that good?
When are you going to have this stuff available for download? Very soon. You've been saying that for years. I gave up on you. Very soon. You've been saying very soon probably for 6 years.
Drew is a gifted bum.
He really... He just doesn't know how to make money through his talent.
True artist.
Oh, that's good.
A true artist, right. I guess you're right. Opie and Anthony, 877-212. O&A. Quickly, you got the Celtics beating the Knicks last night. The Knickerbockers lost to the Celtics 110-101. And then I got to say hi to LeBron James and the Cavalier fans because they beat the Nets 106-82. I'm paying attention here because LeBron James, youngest person to score 11,000 points.
Yep. In a game?
In the NBA. In the NBA. Who held the record before LeBron James? Anyone?
Wilt
Anyone?
Chamberlain.
I'll guess.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Think like a little more current.
Bradley.
Jordan.
Bill Bradley?
Yeah.
Dollar Bill?
I'm just throwing.
Yeah.
Rick Barry.
Rick Barry?
John Starks.
We're talking when they started wearing their shorts.
Larry Bird.
Meadowlark Lemon. They were the best. The Globetrotters never lost, Gregory. They were the champions of the world.
You guys are thinking.
I one time picked up a gum wrapper dropped by Curly Neal. I framed it. It was a piece of Wrigley's.
You like Wrigley's?
Curly was very fond of Wrigley's.
Ted the superfan, I guess, huh?
Ted the Globetrotter fanatic.
Yeah, we're talking to Ted the...
He takes it so seriously every time he
Champions
goes.
of the world, Daniel. Look it up.
I bet he hopes they win. Like he goes and like, "Ooh, I hope they win this time."
Have you ever sweated out a game?
I certainly have.
Yeah.
Sometimes another team will come within 40, and I begin to panic.
But if you're...
There was a string on the ball. Meadowlark threw it, and it came back to him. The man is magical.
How is that allowed?
I don't know.
But if you're a super fan, you should know who they play every time.
Yes, but I'm too busy yelling, "Go Meadowlark" and "Go Curly."
You don't notice they play the exact same team every single...
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. You had the Washington Generals.
That's not the truth. They beat the Chicago Bulls.
They beat the Bulls.
They did so.
With what? Michael Jordan?
Steve Jordan was one of the greatest ball players of all time. And Meadowlark scored 13 points one game.
Look, here they go. Wow, it's just amazing.
What about the pail of water? But it's not water. It turns out to be what there?
Oh, Gregory, I was so scared one time. I was in front with an American flag and my Globetrotters hat. Yeah. And Curly Neal threw a bucket of confetti at me.
You thought it was going to be water, right?
Yes, I tried drinking it.
You can't drink confetti, though.
I know.
No.
Anyone? You guys are in the short era of the NBA.
I said Jordan. At first I said Kareem, who lost center, and then I said...
Who? No, it's not from the short era, which was the dumbest thing ever. Why did the players agree to wear the short shorts?
Sexy.
Sexy, yeah. It would be Kobe Bryant.
Oh, Kobe.
But LeBron James now has the record.
Remember the
youngest player to go to 11,000 points.
Remember the Harlem Globetrotters cartoon?
Yeah.
Where they had a basketball court on the roof of their van, and they would stop off and play.
But then how big is the van?
Exactly. But it was never, it was like they showed it with the court on the roof as they're driving, but then when they're playing, it was giant. It was a regular-sized basketball court.
Yeah.
And then they'd be driving, and it's just a little court. Never understood that. I realized it's a cartoon.
Geese Osby was one of them, I'm remembering. There was Meadowlark, there was Curly Neal, there was Geese Osby.
Yeah. I think they traveled a lot.
Yes.
A lot of traveling that was never...
oh, yeah, they had to play in a lot of cities.
No, I mean,
yes,
traveling on the court.
Yeah, see, Flip that.
Look, he touched the guy. That's got to be a foul.
That's got to be a
You
homo.
can't-
What he just did.
A homo.
Screw a foul. That's a homo.
And these guys really,
They were into, the homo.
they really were amazing players. Like, how come these guys didn't go to the NBA and play?
Yeah.
Because they had the incredible skills, but they didn't have, yeah. I don't know. That's a good question. You would
Maybe
think they
some of
could
them
just, do these crazy tricks in the NBA.
Then again, why not just be one of the Globetrotters and be? I mean, it's probably more prestigious to be one of the Globetrotters.
Is it?
Like, yeah, I mean,
Making $30,000 a year as the NBA players make millions?
you raise a
Is
good
that what
point.
they do?
I don't think these guys make a lot of money. And then they had to throw a broad in there. Why are we talking about the Harlem
Did they?
Globetrotters?
We like Sweet Georgia Brown.
Because Ted loves the team.
Oh, that's
Yes,
right.
I do. I didn't like when she played.
Oh, no.
No, get that vagina out of here. Keith Osby is trying to roll the ball with a string like a bowling ball and catch it.
Yeah, they went with the gimmick, and they got the first female to be on the Globetrotters. I don't know if that worked out too well.
Sometimes I'd be watching, it would be hard to tell the Globetrotters from the team they were killing. And then someone said, they're the black ones. I'm like, oh, God, I didn't even notice.
You don't notice black or white there?
I don't see color, Gregory. I see only hat size.
You want to talk about racism?
Ted's an ass.
They made sure they played the horrible white team every time.
Yes.
The Washington Generals were always the horrible white team.
All white.
All white against the black guys. Every single time. Look, see? If you go on YouTube, I think it says the best of the Globetrotters. There's some great footage going back to black and white times.
Yeah.
Well, weren't you just talking about that?
Yeah, right.
Oh, you mean the color of the film or the
Sure.
video?
When everyone wore a suit to a sporting event.
Yeah.
How uncomfortable was that?
It just looked very uncomfortable back in the oldie days where you had to wear suits everywhere, apparently.
Baseball games.
Yeah, you watch old movies, and they're all, no matter where they went out to eat, it's always, hello, dear. Hi, honey. Come in, I'm wearing a suit.
Why did it take so long for one dummy to stand up and go, look, this is really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm not going to wear my suit anymore. I'm going to wear, jeans and a T-shirt.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw a weird hat on my head instead of that
the fedora.
The fedora hat. Our ancestors were stupid. You look at the old beach footage and you see the broads in their flowing gowns trying to go for a dip in the ocean. You know how uncomfortable that must be?
Yeah.
First of all, you're hot as hell because you have too much clothes on. Then you do decide to go in the water in this flowing dress thing. Now you're wet with sand in the thing.
Yeah.
And no one could figure out that this is not a good thing.
You wear as
Unbelievable.
little as possible. They were very scared that people were going to see the female form.
A kneecap or something.
Yeah, and freak out or something.
All right.
Yeah, there they are. Look at those stupid. That's sexy? That's supposed to be sexy?
They couldn't even figure out that you could walk on the sand without shoes and socks on.
Yeah, they're wearing shoes and socks.
What was the danger of putting your tootsies in the sand?
No one told the broads.
Look at it. They got the knee-high socks on and some kind of lady shoe on.
Yeah.
What's the logic in that? The one girl has high heels on.
That's
to the left.
The flapper. She looks like a flapper.
It's just dumb.
Women back then didn't know.
She was probably 19, that girl. She looks like she's in her 40s.
She looks horrendous.
They were terrible. They were stupid, the women back then. They thought the sand was made of linoleum. They had no idea. They'd never been there.
Yeah.
What does this stuff feel like on my shoes?
We'll get some pictures up on OandARadio.com and the Globetrotter video that we were just watching. Sure. Absolutely. Let's go to Buffalo. John, how are you?
Pretty good, guys.
How are the Bills doing?
Oh, not too well. I wanted to go back a story, though, and I don't know if you guys know about it, but there was a Gilligan's Island where the Harlem Globetrotters ended up on the island, which I thought was pretty
That's
far-fetched.
so funny. I bet you they dribbled coconuts and threw them around, right? And Gilligan got, and Bob Denver got nutty, and something sped up.
Yeah.
And then Alan Hale grabbed his chest and fell into Marianne's crotch.
Yeah,
I hated that show so much. It never made me laugh once.
Really?
It was
horrible.
terrible.
Did they ever? How do they explain the Globetrotters getting on the island?
I don't know. I didn't actually see it. There's a couple clips on YouTube, but I imagined the women there were, in some peril.
Can we have a synopsis?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, the women were in peril.
Mr. I know what it was. Thurston Howell was a cuck, and Mrs. Howell would bring them on, and and he'd be put on bull cleaning duty.
Yuck.
While the Globetrotters service the lady in the house.
Of course.
Take care.
All the tricks they could do.
Yeah, they would all whistle to do, while he was doing some prep work and some cleanup.
Yes.
Do you guys want to hear the synopsis?
Yes, what's the synopsis of that episode?
This
Because
is rough.
I want to know how they got on the island, and then more importantly, how they got off without the crew of the SS Minnow.
Well, the film, because it was a film.
It was a film.
Is a sequel to the TV movie The Castaways on Gilligan's Island. Gilligan and his friends.
What year are we looking at?
I don't know.
81.
Oh, there it
Only
is,
the
81.
best of movies were made in 81.
Gilligan and his friends still own and operate the vacation resort The Castaways. In the film, the Harlem Globetrotters, a traveling troupe of merry basketball players,
Oh, Christ.
are on a plane ride over the Pacific Ocean when it has engine trouble and they are
And
forced
crashes.
into an emergency landing onto Gilligan's Island.
Lost.
After a
Yeah.
brief time struggling in the jungle, they are discovered by Gilligan and Skipper and welcome to the Castaways.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, a corporate raider has a plan to bamboozle the owners of the Castaways,
No.
Gilligan and his friends, into signing over ownership to him as the island contains ore, which provides large
Or what?
sources of energy.
Oh, I thought they meant boating oars.
Yeah.
I'm like, can't they just make them? They're natural that they hang on trees.
Yeah.
Big boating oars.
Here's where it gets good.
And then don't the Somalis show up and start cutting out Ginger and Marianne's personal area?
Right.
Yeah. It's funny. Their genitals look like gutted houses in The Wire season 3.
Nice.
They use post hole diggers.
Eventually, Gilligan and the skipper uncover the conspiracy.
Ah.
And it results in a basketball game between the Globetrotters and the Doctor's robots. Oh, my.
Holy Jesus, no. How bad must the robots look?
Oh,
Like cardboard painted silver.
oh boy. The original script was going to be known as the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders on Gilligan's Island, but was changed to have the Harlem Globetrotters star instead.
Why?
On the original series, the Howls and...
Because at the end, Ginger and Marianne need their purses stolen, and they figured that if they had the cheerleaders do it, it wouldn't be as believable. Idiotic
They
show.
had Gilligan's Island meets the hat removers.
That was Mrs. Howell's hat they took off.
Comes out of her hut. There's Curly. Excuse me.
Gilligan's cuckold. Curly's punching her hat off. And Meadowlark and Geese Osby, the only two other names I know.
Geese Osby.
Are force feeding Marianne.
Geese was the original, right?
Yeah, he was there.
It's all about the Harlem Globetrotters today. You better reference
Wow.
this damn Harlem Globetrotter thing all morning long for us.
That sounds
Well, no, it
simply
gets
horrible.
better. On
Oh,
the
it
original
does?
series, the Howls are childless. In fact, in one episode, they adopt Gilligan. Ugh,
What?
Ew.
that's just creepy.
Oh, her womb is just so barren.
It's awful.
She's all
Yeah.
old, went through menopause already.
They store their winter coats in it.
Yeah,
It's like the space bag you can order.
yeah.
That's all it's good for. Storing your
Of
coats.
course it is. Mr. Howell has to peek in there. He's looking for his gloves.
Lovey, where's my gloves?
Despite this, a new character of Thurston Howell IV, the Howell's never previously mentioned son, portrayed by David Bobubba, was added due to the ailing health of actor Jim Backus,
Oh, yeah, Jim Backus is in some bad shape.
who appeared only briefly in the movie's final scene. Thurston Howell III was written out of the script by saying he was tending to business on the mainland
That's what they always say.
and ordered his son, Thurston Howell IV, to manage the island resort. Although Backus was not in the cast, at his insistence to keep up the series canon, he made a cameo appearance at the end and is thus credited, whatever.
But the son must have been exactly like Thurston.
Of course.
He probably had
Just
the
a
same
younger
thing.
version.
And, yeah. You know, so they could keep the character going. That sounds horrid.
That sounds like something I need to watch immediately.
Yes, Danny.
I would
that
so
sounds like-
watch this.
That sounds like so. I want to see the robots. I want to see the
Yeah.
Harlem Globetrotters.
Why don't we take a break?
Playing the robots.
Why don't we take a break? We'll get some clips from this horrendous movie with the Harlem Globetrotters. Also on the way, Jimmy's pal from Red Eye's getting trashed by that dope that dope Barbara Walters.
Yeah, Greg Gutfield, the
And
host.
we are going to get into this because Jimmy has a whole chapter in his book, I Hate Your Guts, about the woman that made believe she was a man and got pregnant.
Thomas Beatty, yeah.
It's stop.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
Oh.
It's still a woman. Oh my God! Look at these robots.
Oh my God! This is so bad.
The new Invincibles.
Oh, this is so bad.
Sherwood Schwartz, another worthless project by Sherwood Schwartz.
Why don't you knock on his multi-million-dollar home in L.A. and tell him
Oscar winner
people
Martin
bought into his
Landau
crap for some reason?
was in this. Martin Landau was in this piece of garbage
And who else?
movie.
Barbara Bain, the husband
Barbara
and wife
Bain.
team.
Oh, the husband and wife
He's-
team from
I think
Space
he's the-
1999 and Mission Impossible.
I think he's the evil doctor.
Is he the evil doctor?
Yeah.
Martin Landau.
Who plays, what was the actor's name who played Jim back, Thurston
Yeah,
Howell IV?
Thurston Howell.
I
Howell the Fourth.
I couldn't pronounce his last name. It's some nobody. This was probably the only thing he ever did.
Oh, he's got to be.
We might have to do a little IMDb to see,
Oh,
but
that's fantastic. There. Okay. Stu Nahan. What?
Chick Hearn, the
David
L.A.
Rupert.
Lakers announcer, was in this.
George the Robot.
George the Robot. This is the dumbest.
It's all about this movie
The
now.
new Invincible.
Yes.
The horror-
Thurston Howell IV was David Ruprecht, who is on the HBO True Blood series.
We will be picking apart
really?
this movie for the next 3 months. This is not a one-day thing.
Look at Jim Bacchus.
I know.
Yeah.
Not looking too healthy there.
All right, let's get into some Harlem Globetrotters.
Oh, please.
This is for the people that were with us early.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're obsessed with the Harlem Globetrotters. We found out they were on Gilligan's Island and in a movie that no one saw.
The worst combination you could possibly put together: Gilligan's Island and the Globetrotters.
That's with robots playing
Bet with
basketball.
robots, an evil scientist who created robots to play the Globetrotters in basketball.
Yeah.
Who thought that up? That Sherwood Schwartz stinks.
Oh, he absolutely is horrendous.
Just the worst shows.
What a schlocky dope.
And we got the video up on O&A Radio because the Globetrotters play the robots. Got to see how the robots look.
Makes a show where America's dads are queer. What was he thinking?
Let's do Harlem Globetrotters on Gilligan's Island. Now it starts
Yes.
with the plane having problems, and of course they got to land the plane,
How do they do that?
and it ends up on Gilligan's Island. But here's the plane still in the air.
They flying in.
Uh-oh, I don't like that new tune. I'm scared. My head's sticking straight up.
And so is mine.
Go in the cockpit and see what's happening, man.
Dewey is a good coach and a good pilot. Right now, I wish he was a coach instead of a pilot.
You're in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. I can't even swim. Stand by Jaws 1 and Jaws 2 and get ready, Jaws 3.
Keep calm. This is no time to panic.
It may be our only time, man.
I don't know how to react to that.
We can't play anymore.
They're good actors.
It is so bad. We can't play anymore.
We have
no,
to.
no, Jimmy.
Dewey's a good
could
coach.
be.
No.
The worst acting
No.
I've ever heard in my life, ever.
Dewey, coach. Coach Dewey.
That could be worse than Voss.
That's so funny. We compare Voss to the Globetrotters in the 81 Gilligan's Island movie.
Right.
Louis Beans is flying the plane.
Wow. We.
And the laugh track is horrendous.
Yeah, I mean, of course, there's got to be a laugh track in there.
Because Sherwood Schwartz never put out anything of quality. He put out nothing but garbage.
Crap.
They're sleeping on their basketballs, using them as pillows.
Oh, look, they're all using them
Aw.
as pillows. That is fantastic.
There's
Look
Curly.
at that. And they're in the plane.
All right, we'll do another one. We got the good news, bad news clip.
Oh, I got good news and bad news.
Here we
okay,
go.
all right.
Harlem Globetrotters.
Oh, let me strap in
On
again.
Gilligan's Island.
This is terrible.
I just saw Dewey. I got some good news and some bad news. Well, what's the good news? The good news.
We're great basketball players. The bad news, they're filming this.
I just saw Dewey. I got some good news and some bad news.
The good news is we're the Harlem Globetrotters. The bad news is we're all.
Of course you have to go there. Of course. Everyone was thinking it, but you had to say it. Of course you had to. It's in your blood.
I just saw Dewey. I got some good news and some bad news.
Anyone want to volunteer?
Anyone?
Bad news?
The good news is we're still working. The bad news is we won't be if we keep stopping that tape.
I just saw Dewey. I got some good news and some bad news.
Well, what's the good news?
The good news is Dewey's fixing the engine. There's no problem.
Well, what's the bad news?
Well, the bad news is I just made up the good news. Now, something's wrong with the electrical system. He can't even radio for help.
Oh.
They're so incredibly bad.
Look how big this plane is, because these guys are all like 7 foot.
And they're in, by the way, it's a movie set airline seats on a private plane. Can you go back?
Yeah.
Look at there's probably 2 inches of room between their seats. It's to get them all in frame.
Yeah.
They have like 3 Globetrotters sitting in seats 1, 2, and 3 in front of each other, and there's literally, to get them all in frame, 3 inches of room between seats. These guys are 6'11" each.
Yeah.
It's horrendous.
Do you know who Dewey is in this fine movie?
Scatman Crothers?
Bing, bing.
Oh.
Ben? What's happening? Hey, do it. Can you fix it?
Nope. But I did put it on automatic pilot. And I want you fellas to know that I'm doing
Look at the scarf.
I'm doing everything I can. Maybe we'll get a snowcat.
I got to call Larry Durker as we're crashing into the ocean.
Larry Durker.
Gotta suck to be an actor. He's in The Shining, and now right around the same time, right?
Right around the same time,
He's doing this crap.
automatic pilot. And I want you fellas to know that I'm doing everything I can.
How's our chances?
Well, I took advantage of the tailwind. I tried heading due north. I tried heading due west.
Which way are we heading now?
Due down.
Due down.
That sounds real serious.
The
Why are they laughing?
alleged jokes
Right.
are so bad and delivered so horribly.
And what are do down? And what are these jokes? Do. Sherwood Schwartz.
Oh,
Hope he has gout.
I think he's dead.
Is he?
I think he just recently died, didn't he?
Who knows?
I think Sherwood Schwartz died like maybe a few months ago.
Hope it was slow.
Look at how wide the aisle of the plane is.
That's what I'm saying. This plane's got to be
Like
humongous.
He could do some soft shoe.
They have no room in between the seats, but if you want to sleep in the aisle, you can.
Yeah.
After delivering those lines, now I know why they call him Scatman. Jesus.
And finally, one more clip for now. We're trying to find more.
Oh, please.
Heading due down, we're going to get due wet. I knew we should have taken the train. Now be cool, fellas. Everything's going to be all right because I found a tiny little island on the map, and that's where we're heading. And if we can make it there, I can land the plane.
What if we can't reach it? Yeah, what if we can't make it?
Yeah. Slam dunk.
What kind of plane is that? From the outside, it doesn't look like the inside.
Of course not.
Oh, it's a Cessna Huge-Isle. The Cessna Huge-Isle, they made they were never popular.
That's the huge aisle.
Because it was all aisle, and then they had the seats, but they said anything more than a quarter inch in between them just won't do.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm stunned at the horrificness of that.
Where's the audience sitting, on the wing?
Yeah, this like laughter. Where were they?
I don't know. Apparently not watching this.
Poor Scatman.
Sherwood is still alive?
Really? How old?
He was born in 1916.
5 bombs and he's still alive.
92.
I could have sworn he died recently. Oh, well, sorry, Sherwood.
It was just your creativity that died sometime in the 60s, apparently.
Oh, did he ever do anything worth note? Did he ever make anything that was any good?
It'd be funny if he produced Citizen Kane and then did the Brady Bunch and Gilligan's Island. Like one masterpiece. From Here to Eternity and Gilligan's Island.